Hello everyone. Last September we had the opportunity to explore the rich history at Bayou Ranch, a National Historic Site found in Alberta, Canada. Established in 1882, Bayou Ranch quickly became one of the largest and most influential ranches in the Canadian West, playing a pivotal role in the development of the horse and cattle industry. Set up as an open-air museum, the ranch is located south of Longview, Alberta, and is currently owned by Parks Canada, which acquired the property in 1991 and opened it to the public in 1995. The ranch was founded by Fred Stimpson, whose Northwest Cattle Company managed livestock across an impressive 59,000 hectares of open range from 1882 to 1902. From 1902 to 1925, the ranch was operated by George Lane and his business partners. Their ventures extended beyond ranching to include meatpacking, milling, and innovative farming practices, notably raising both Hereford cattle and the Percheron horse breeds. I believe all the buildings are original structures, and the ranch was remarkably self-sufficient, featuring its own scaled-down grain elevator, among other facilities. So guys, essentially this is a grain elevator. Probably the smallest I've ever seen. But it's part of his ranch, I guess, what he had in the day. Donna's leaning over a grain cleaner. So basically there'd be a fan at the very bottom there that'd blow out all the chaff.
Get my grain clean.
And then these sieves here, different layers of it, they'd be shaking back and forth to remove any rocks and other hard things. The next building on the route was the horse barn. During George Lane's time, the Percheron draft horse was imported from France and introduced to the ranching community. These horses were highly valued for their intelligence and strong work ethic, making them ideal for the demanding tasks of ranching. The exact origins of the Percheron breed are somewhat mysterious, but their ancestors were present in western France as early as the 17th century and believed to be descendants of war horses. Here you can see the essential components for a draft horse, including the collar and harness elements that enable them to effectively pull heavy loads. And this gives a good idea of scale. And no, they did not bolt them on, they used horseshoe nails. George Lane played a crucial role in shaping the ranching industry in Canada. He was actively involved in local politics and was a strong advocate for the development of the Canadian West. He also played a key role in the Alberta Horse Breeders Association and was a founding member of the Canadian Percheron Association. While I couldn't confirm if all of these were used on the ranch, they certainly represent a fascinating collection. One intriguing structure on display is a haystacker, which was used to gather field hay. This particular model appears to be more stationary compared to others. Beside it were a horse-drawn hay mower and a rake. This horse-drawn bunk wagon served as a mobile living space for ranch hands working in the field, away from the main ranch house. They had two on display, one used for sleeping quarters, and the other as a cookhouse focused on meal preparation and dining. These bunk wagons were primarily used during roundups, cattle drives, or seasonal camps. The cookhouse was equipped with most of the amenities necessary for daily life back in the day.
I love this. Pretty nice setup.
So this would be the cookhouse.
Okotoks Creamery.
Huh.
Going to Okotoks later. So. I like the coffee grinder.
The ranch was prominent enough to have its own post office, which was built in the late 1800s. The post office served the needs of the ranch, its workers, and the local community, ensuring efficient mail delivery in this remote area. While I was unable to confirm it, it also appeared to be their administrative area as well.
Where's the sketch?
It's also not surprising that they had their own leatherworking facility, allowing them to maintain equipment and produce necessary items without relying on outside sources, especially important in remote areas like this. From the 1920s to the 1950s, the ranch began to modernize, with draft horses taking a back seat as gasoline engines became more prevalent. Interestingly, the ranch had an electric generator with battery storage that provided electrical power, which was invaluable in this remote area where access to the electrical grid was limited. They also had a well-stocked food storage area, complete with candles in case the power did go out. Next, we took a look at the ranch house where the owners lived and entertained guests. The house features multiple rooms for both living and working, as well as functional spaces for the family and ranch hands. On the day of our visit, a museum interpreter was in the living room engaging with a group of visitors about the history of Bar U and its significance in the ranching community. The house has undergone careful restoration to preserve its historical integrity, providing visitors with a glimpse into ranching life during its operational years. The kitchen was particularly well equipped, including a walk-in freezer that was quite advanced for its time. And adjacent to the kitchen is a pantry area that leads to where the cook lived during her time off. It is said that in the early years of the ranch, the cook was often one of few women present, and as you know, ranching was predominantly male-dominated. The top floor of the house served as the sleeping quarters for the ranch hands. As you can see, privacy was minimal, and personal belongings were often laid out for everyone to see. The ranch employed a diverse group of individuals, including cowboys, ranch hands, and skilled laborers. Many of these workers were drawn from various backgrounds, including immigrants from Europe and the United States. On the lower floor for the men, they had a washroom facility equipped with several shower stalls. The museum interpreter also encouraged us not to miss the root cellar at the back. With his permission, we ventured inside to see what a root cellar was like. Before refrigeration became common in the mid-20th century, root cellars were essential for preserving fruits and vegetables. By maintaining a cool and stable temperature, these underground storage spaces helped extend the shelf life of produce, allowing families to store their harvest for months and even through the winter. And in the days of my farm before I was born, my great-grandmother would use hers as a safe shelter during violent prairie thunderstorms.
Right in here.
Of course, no ranch is complete without a well-equipped blacksmith shop. Hey guys, so we're at Bayou Ranch, and it is raining and cold. So far, enjoying it, but yeah, the weather is really poor right now. So, lots of video here to come yet though. We'll tough it out. This section of the ranch is designed to educate visitors about its history and function, with stables for the horses located in the back, which are associated with the wagon rides. And now for some intriguing information from Donna.
Science has shown a biological response when we see something cute, called kinderschema. Large eyes and large ears are some characteristics that cause this reaction. Take a moment to observe Lyndon's demonstration.
Hey, puss. Hey, meow. Hey, pussycat. Hey, really raining outside, isn't it, puss meow? Hey? Hey, yeah, very cold for a puss. Yeah. Hey, you gonna go in here? Hey, you got your food and your victuals?
Looks like that could snow anything.
Oh shit, I think this is the last building we're gonna check out. Okay guys, it has gotten worse. So we're gonna check out this barn here and then we're gonna come back to the interpretive center. As you can see right now, it is just kicking up a wind. And the rain on top of that, so I think this is the last building. So another barn. This one looks like it's more fit for the cows. In fact, I would say we got a milking operation here, because here's the milking equipment. Some baler twine, but that's got something totally different going on. That's baling. But yeah, looks like it's set up for cows. Looks like they're kind of indicating a cow giving birth there. I think that's the idea. Here's the milking cow.
There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I can feel the foot in there.
Okay, yeah,
Wow.
that's realistic.
Yeah.
Well, I've done enough of that in my time. I think I'll pass.
It's probably the cleanest, driest cow you'll ever see.
Yeah, probably a lot cleaner, but I've helped more cows birth calves than I know. Men for kids only. Okay guys, there's a tent and a wagon out there. I guess that's supposed to depict a cowboy camp. I'll show it from here because we're not going over there. We're getting back to the interpretive center. Here's close up. We
storm.
are going to get the hell back to the interpretive center right now. Okay, we're getting the hell back.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually warmer on this side.
So the building up on the hill, that's where we've got to go. I'll see you when we get there. Once inside, we found a variety of displays, including photographs, artifacts, and other exhibits that offer a glimpse into the daily lives of ranchers and the challenges they faced in this rugged backcountry. This map illustrates that of the maximum 63,000 hectares of land acquired, only 149 hectares remain when Parks Canada purchased it in 1991, following the sale of much of the ranch land after 1950. I then came across what is probably the largest collection of barbed wire I've ever seen. I know that when Stimson bought the land in 1882, it was open range, but I'm not sure when barbed wire began to be used on ranches to mark boundaries or control herds. Bayou Ranch has seen its fair share of visitors, including Harry Longabout, who worked as a horsebreaker before becoming the infamous Wild West gunfighter known as the Sundance Kid. One other was the Prince of Wales, who visited the ranch in 1919 and was so taken with it that he purchased a neighboring ranch. After our time there, we sought refuge in a nearby restaurant to escape the cold and recharge. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Bayou Ranch and its unique history. We hope you enjoyed learning about this remarkable piece of Canadian heritage.